You know when you're in the schedule page and you've got all your panes and you wish you could move them someplace else on the screen? There's a way. Let me show you how. So here I am in the schedule. The first thing we should do is make sure that everyone understands what a tab and a pane is. These rectangles at the top of each graphical area are a tab, and if you click on the tab, you can switch the view for that pane. The pane is the area that has all of the content in it, plus a number of tabs at the top of it, anywhere from 1 to infinity. So as you can see, as I click on each one of these tabs, I can see different pieces of information from my schedule. And this system overall is called the tab pane system. And the first thing you can do with the tab pane system is you can resize your pane. So you just grab the space in between any two different panes and you can drag it back and forth. I can drag these up and down. I can resize these to be any size that I want. In addition to that, I can also move these tabs to any other pane. So let's say I want the recycle tab to actually be over here. I can just put it right over here. And if I want the second unit tab to be over here, same thing, I can just move it over there. But the really powerful part of this is that I can drag tabs to create new panes. So let's say I want my visual effects unit to be over here. Now I've got my first unit, my visual effects unit next to each other. And let's say I want my script to be sort of down over here in the lower corner. I can just drag it and drop it right there. And now I've got a new pane. Of course, I can resize this to any size that I want. And of course, I can always drag it right back if I want to put it back where it was. This tab pane system gives you complete control over the layout of your schedule. You can move this over here. I can move my day out of days up. Any combination of tabs and panes is possible in ThinkGroup. Now, by dragging all these panes into this layout, I've created sort of an honestly confusing look for my schedule. And if I want to reset that, there's a number of pre-made pane groups set up over here on the top right corner of the menu. If I click here, I get the default layout. There's another one here that is just tabs only. That shows you just all of your tabs lined up here at the top with no panes broken out. There's also another one here for working with your breakdown. And lastly, there's one here for working with your day out of days. And of course, once you're in any of these, you can drag all of these around and move the panes around to any place that you want. These are just good places to either reset or to start from. And lastly, it's important to know that some of these panes are responsive. So notice here on the breakdown pane, if I move this and make it smaller, you can see that the fields actually readjust and position themselves to aid in the readability of this. So as I make this even smaller and smaller, you can see that these have sort of lined themselves up in a way that makes it a little bit easier to read. As it gets more and more space, the fields rearrange themselves into a way that's more readable. Other panes, like the element pane here, just resize themselves to fit the content as best they can. And of course, boards will just squash and stretch depending on how wide you make them. If you have any questions about this or any other topics, email us at this address right here or hit us up on social media. Don't forget to hit that like button, click subscribe, and turn on alerts so you don't miss any of our future videos. Thank you so much for watching, and that's a wrap.